Hello and welcome to Championship predictions for week 35, week 36, sorry. So I hope you enjoy this predictions video. It's the first one of the Championship on the channel due to the FA Cup last weekend. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. So the first game is on Friday night where we see Norwich City taking on Oxford United. Oxford United, after that little new manager bounce under Gary Rowett, seem to have been on a downward trajectory since then, and they haven't won since the 21st of January with a 3-2 win over Luton Town. It's a good win for them over Luton, but yeah, since then only drawing 3 and losing 3 of their last 3 matches. Norwich at home, very strong side at home under Jonas Hoftherup. They are strong and yeah, I think Norwich should be able to get the win on a Friday night, but you never know in the Sky Bet Championship. That is the beautiful unpredictability of this division. For a prediction on this one, I'm going to go 2-0 Norwich, I think, just to be safe. I think Gary outside, they'll probably come for a draw. They'll probably want a point. I think Oxford will be fine due to their manager that they have got in charge. Very good appointment was Gary Rowett. But yeah, Norwich will win this one and keep their playoff hopes alive. Norwich 2, Oxford 0. Now we go to the CBS Arena where Stoke and Mark Robins goes back to Coventry City and will visit Frank Lampard's Coventry. Yeah, Stoke just bang average as they always are in this division. They're always flirting with relegation. Remind me a bit of Birmingham when they were floating around. And eventually, I think one year they will drop if they don't get it right. And this could be that season for Stoke. 12:30 kickoff on Sky. You could see Stoke causing a bit of an upset here, couldn't you, really? But I think Coventry will be too much for Stoke. For a prediction on this one, I'm going to go 2-1 Coventry, just because I think Stoke will be up for it with Mark Roberts going back there. And yeah, Coventry under really good form under Frank Lampard. He has totally transformed that team. They've got Hadji right back. They've got some very good players, including Mason Clark and Sakamoto and Sims up front. I mean, their back lines could do with a bit of strengthening. But yeah, Coventry to win this 2-1. Next, we go to Vicarage Road, where Watford take on Millwall in which is probably one of the dullest London derbies you could probably get. If it is even in London, if you would class Watford in London. I know most people do. Millwall coming off the back of that 3-1 away loss to Crystal Palace, where John-Philippe Mateta was absolutely clattered in that game. But yeah, hopefully he gets better sooner we see him on a football pitch, because I want to see that goal music. Watford under Tom Cleverley, a bit inconsistent lately. They're still in that mix for the playoffs. They're only 3 points off it, so they're still in there, Watford and Tom Cleverley. For a prediction on this one, I could definitely see a 1-1 draw. I could see Millwall getting a goal and Watford hitting back late on. Yeah, so I think Watford will draw this one. Millwall to just, under Alex Neil, just to grab a point and move onwards. They're not going to get near the playoffs this season. They'll be mid-table. So yeah, Watford 1, Millwall 1. Next, we go to Bristol City taking on Hull City in this one. Bristol City on the outside chance of the playoffs. Can they get in the playoffs? 3 points off, similar to Watford. Just behind Middlesbrough and Blackburn, who are seem to be picking up now, those two sides. And yeah, Bristol City will be looking to win this against a Hull side under Ruben Selles, who have picked up since he's come in. They're just still outside the bottom 3. Luton have picked up, so they're now only 2 points clear. 2 points clear of Plymouth, 4 points clear of Derby, who really do look bleak and down and out of it. This will be a tight one, in my opinion. I think Bristol City will be up for this, but then Selles and Hull are always a tricky side to clumber down. So yeah, prediction on this one, I'm going to go 1-1 again. I just don't think Bristol City are firing. I think they're bound to drop down out of the playoff race soon. But yeah, I could definitely see Hull getting a point here, because their away form is okay under Ruben Selles after beating Sheffield United as well. So yeah, Bristol City 1, Hull 1. We go to Turf Moor, where Burnley take on Luton, two relegated sides from the Premier League last year, which you probably would think, oh, this is a promotion race. No, it is two sides at complete opposite ends of the spectrum, that's right. Burnley up in third, trying to chase down Sheffield United, but it's going to be very, very hard to do so now. 3 points here could lift them to within 2 points of Sheffield United. As for Luton, a win here would lift them above Hull City and get maybe out of the bottom three. Burnley should win this. I think they'll keep a clean sheet. Matt Bloomfield's side don't score many goals. I don't think he made the wrong choice in going to Luton instead of Wicker. Prediction on this one: I'll go 2-0 Burnley. To be safe, to be calm, I think Burnley and James Trafford will get another clean sheet for Burnley, and they will stay conceding 9 goals for the rest of the season. This is good for Burnley because they could chase down Sheffield United for the top 2. As for more Luton misery though, and maybe Sky Bet League One inbound. Well, after Mark Robins is going back to Coventry, we've got John Eustace taking on former side Blackburn. This one at Pride Park. I think Derby really out of form under John Eustace. He's definitely stiffened them up the last 2 weeks with that 1-0 loss to Millwall and 1-0 loss to Middlesbrough. They're just not creating many chances. And Blackburn, after losing to Swansea, getting a point at home to Norwich in the 96th minute via Vyman. This one could be a tight one. I think Derby are just going to get the win just because the John Eustace effect, and it would be quite funny to see that happen. So prediction on this one: I'm going to go 1-0 Derby. I think they'll just narrowly get the result over Blackburn, and that might shut a few Blackburn fans up if Derby get the win, but you can imagine there's going to be some pretty abusive chants towards John Eustace this weekend. So yeah, Derby 1, Blackburn 0 in this one. Well, will Home Park be rocking again as Plymouth take on Sheffield Wednesday? Plymouth will be motivated even though they lost 3-1 to Manchester City last week in the Emirates FA Cup. I could definitely see them getting a result here against Sheffield Wednesday because Sheffield Wednesday's away form is absolutely diabolical. I mean, it is terrible losing to Burnley 4-0. Who concedes 4 to Burnley in this day and age at the moment because they can't score for shit? Listen to Sunderland, yeah, they haven't been on a great run. They need to win this one, Sheffield Wednesday, I think. I just don't think I can see it, though. I think Plymouth are going to win this. I really do. Yeah, I think Wednesday have a lot of injuries at the moment. You've got Bernard Smith's out with an illness, Musaba's out, Famuo and Patterson all out. But then you could say the same for Plymouth with Obafemi and Hardy both out. No forward attackers for Plymouth. For prediction, I'm going to go 1-1. I think Plymouth's home field will be alright, but they've got no forward line at the moment. Sheffield Wednesday get a point under Danny Rowe, who is rumoured to go to Southampton next season, which would be a great appointment for them. And so Plymouth 1, Wednesday 1 in this one. Well, we go to Bramall Lane then, as Preston go to Sheffield United in this one. Preston will be really motivated after their 3-0 win against Burnley in the FA Cup. Burnley have only managed to concede 9 all season in the Championship, and Preston got 3 there in the FA Cup. So Burnley conceded more goals in the FA Cup than league. It's definitely very tight, which is quite funny, really. Sheffield United should win this one. I mean, I don't think Sheffield United even played that well in their games. Chris Wilder's just got them well drilled at the back. Yes, they lost to Leeds later on the other week, but I could see them getting a result here. I think Sheffield United at home, crowd rocking, up for it. Chris Wilder up for it. I think Sheffield United are going to win this one quite comfortably. I'm going to go 3-1 Sheffield United to take it to Preston and beat them and put more misery on Paul Heckingbottom, who is also going back to Sheffield United. What is going on? Coventry, Stoke, Derby, Blackburn, now Sheffield United, Preston. What's going on? But yeah, Sheffield United 3, Preston 1. Next, a big game at opposite ends of the table. The Sunderland take on Cardiff. Sunderland will be looking to try and keep in that top 2 race. They will need Sunderland, Leeds and Sheffield United and Burnley all to drop points, which I can't see happening, unfortunately, for Sunderland. And they throw too many games away in the late stages of games. Cardiff, however, under Romo Reza down right at the bottom 20th place at the moment. Not going very well. I think Sunderland will win this at home. Stadium and might be bouncy. There's still a few empty seats when I'm watching it on TV, and yeah, when they go up to the Premier League, that'll be all full. I'm sure all the fans will come back then. Prediction on this one. It's gonna be tight. I'm going to go 3-0 Sunderland. No, I'm gonna go big. I think Enzo, no, not Enzo Lefay. Reggie Labrie will have his team set up for this one in attacking manner. I think they could really tear into Cardiff City in this one. Cardiff might be in trouble a little bit, but yeah, Sunderland are gonna win this by 3-0 and beat Cardiff City quite easily here. Next is Swansea against Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough having a little bit of resurgence with back-to-back wins over Stoke and Derby, and a little bit of a resurgence under Michael Carrick because he was under serious pressure. So his job has been relieved a little bit, even if you think they would lose here. I don't think he would get sacked. Swansea, I think, is still managerless. I'm not sure. I have to double check on that one. Winning 3-0 against Blackburn though last time out. But yeah, they haven't played in a while of Swansea City, but that was because of the cup action at the weekend. So yeah, Middlesbrough, they're still in that playoff race, aren't they? They're still jerking around there. I'm not sure if they're gonna actually break into that top 6 eventually, but yeah, the injuries are a real problem again for Middlesbrough. No McGree, no Vandenberg, no Edmondson, no Linehan, no Bangura, obviously. So yeah, Middlesbrough, Carrick, they always seem to struggle with injuries around this time of the season. But yeah, for prediction, I'm going to go 2-1 to Middlesbrough. I think they'll get the job done here and move closer to the playoff places. The next match is Tony Mowbray's West Bromwich Albion against Queen's Park Rangers and Marty Cifuentes. QPR on really, really poor form, apart from thrashing Derby and John Eustace to pieces earlier in his first match. West Brom got a good draw, really good point away at Leeds recently and beating Oxford. Mowbray definitely knows what he's doing. I fully expect West Brom to get the playoffs just about. Mowbray will know what he's doing with this team. He's been at West Brom before. He knows what the fans are like. So yeah, Mowbray will know what he's doing here. I could definitely see West Brom flirting with the top 6. They'll probably get in at the end of the season, in my opinion. As for QPR, they're not really going anywhere. Mid-table mediocrity for them this season. There was little chance they could have gotten the playoffs after being bottom at the start of the season. They're not. They were doing terribly, weren't they, Queen's Park Rangers? But yeah, for a prediction on this one, I'm going to go 1-0 West Brom. I think it'll be narrow. I think they'll get the job done over QPR. I think QPR are very good defensively. So yeah, West Brom will win this by 0-0. And Mowbray will probably get West Brom back at the top 6. And then on to Sunday at 12 o'clock, which is a big game between two big clubs at Fratton Park, where Portsmouth take on Leeds at 12 o'clock on Sunday. Portsmouth, a bit of a silly loss last time out to Luton on last Saturday, but a big win for Luton Town as they try to stay in this division. Pompey will be all right because their home form is superb. This one, though, against Leeds United could be a different story. I think they probably will lose this one because Leeds are on fire right now. They always click at this time of the season, do Leeds United. Sometimes they bottle it towards the end, and then, as they did last season, and then didn't actually go up, which I think they should have done. I think that would have gave a better account than Southampton would have done. Portsmouth are fine there. 8 points clear of the drop. They should be okay. But if they do lose a few games coming up, they definitely could sink back in. Prediction on this one, I'm going to go for 3-1 Leeds United. As good as Portsmouth home form is, I'm going to go 3-1 to Leeds on this one because I think Peru, Nanto would have been Somerville. Isn't Somerville now. Yeah, I think Leeds get this job done and win by 3-1 and knock over Pompey. Thank you very much for watching for this Championship Predictions video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share with friends or mates. So yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the League One review or the Prem Predictions, whatever's next.